All right, here we go. Friends, welcome back to another Broodwar video. My name is SC. We are here to watch a great PvZ today. We've got Dewalt down here in the bottom right-hand corner. And up in the top left, Sacsri, the Korean pro. If you guys don't know who Dewalt is, he is an excellent Protoss player. I believe he's from Siberia. Excuse me if I'm wrong about that. Sometimes I get those two guys mixed up, Dewalt and Bonith. But I believe he's from Siberia. So he is on a similar time zone to the Koreans. I think the connection's probably not too bad from there. It's really not that far from Siberia to Korea. But he does generally play with Koreans a lot of the times. Very, very high level Protoss player on the ladder. And Sacsri, of course, a Korean pro who's been around for a long time. This was very recently played, guys. I found this on one of those replay finding websites. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the games from replay that I've been putting together recently. And there's going to be plenty more in the future. I hope this is going to be a great game. I watched the beginning, but I haven't seen the full game, so there's going to be some surprises here for me as well. We've got a hatchery coming down, of course. The pool was first. That was an overpool. Over here on the other side of the map, we've got a forge first with a cannon coming down, and of course that nexus as well. I guess I'll bring this up. You can see the time on those buildings being produced. We can also look at the tab here, I suppose, as well. Is still getting used to casting from replay. It's like a gateway coming down as well. Trying to chase this probe down. Just going to evade these lings inside the main base. Keep an eye on things for now. We've got that gas coming down. That is gas before third base. Third base coming up in the top center here for Sacsri. And he will be getting into those three bases here. Only 2 drones on the gas for now. Okay, third drone being added on now. How many drones do we have here? Let's bring that up again. 8 drones at the moment. Back at the main base for Dewalt, of course, that cybernetic score coming up. Simulator as well. Lair is coming here, so timing is pretty good. Just as the lair is coming down, we've got the cybernetic score, so I think that Sacsri should be able to get his lair out and spire down in time to prevent too many overlords from falling from this early Corsair. Now, got a second gas coming up for Dewalt. Back at home, just adding on drones here. There's that second overlord. We'll see if he pops lings from here. Speed is on the way. 3 sets of lings are coming. The rest are just going to be drones, so pretty standard play thus far from Sacsri. Just building those first 2 lings just to be safe. Now I'm going to add on 6 more lings to hopefully surround this first zealot if it decides to move out. So far it's just hanging out in the wall here, so I don't think Dewalt is planning on a quick move out here with those first couple of zealots. Now Stargate is coming down. Let's see the timing on that. Stargate just about finished. There's the Spire just starting. So yeah, we're probably going to see 1 or maybe even 2 Overlords fall before that completes. And we've got the spinning cybernetic core +1 is on the way. Citadel coming up right now. Looks like we're on time here for about a 7-minute move out for Dewalt. Unless he decides to send out some zealots here first. I think we'll probably get that 7-minute timing with the +1 and of course the speed coming down at around the same time. There's that first Corsair. He's going to send this across the map and make sure we don't have any Hydras coming on the way. Of course we do not. He got the second cannon here just in case. Going to be as safe as he can. Make sure that he at least has 2 cannons in case there are Hydras coming across the map. He doesn't actually send this across the map. He's going straight for the Overlord first, which is a bit surprising. Guess he feels like he has enough of a good read here on what Sacsri is doing. He doesn't need to send that across the map to search for the overlords. Just follow the Corsair here as he heads across the map. Meanwhile, Evolution Chamber, Hatchery, a nice little wall here in the middle. A tight location for Hydralisks. It's difficult to get through that spot with some Zealots. You can actually just plug that very easily with a Hydra or two. Over on this side, we've got another hatchery here. I'm not sure if this is completely tight. Sometimes this can be deceiving here. But a couple of Sunkens can go up behind this if he needs to. Let's see if he decides to build any Mutalisks this game. So far, only popping out Hydra. And we're approaching quickly that 7-minute mark. Some of these Scourge flying around here looking for that Corsair. And Corsairs are hiding out here on the other side of the map. But as the 7-minute mark hits, we almost have +1 here, but he's already moving across the map. We've got 3 Hydras at this location. Another 3 Hydras over here. 4 now, more popping out as well. 7 Hydras on the way. We'll see where he decides to attack. It looks like the 3rd base will be the target. There are those Zealots heading in there. 6 Zealots for now. We've got 4 gates back at home, so he's going to be following this up with a large rallies of Zealots coming across the map. He's trying to avoid getting captured here with these first 6 Zealots. They'll want to allow those to die right now. Going to dive back on top of these Hydras, try to take this fight as best he can. A great wraparound there by Sacsri surrounding these units, but getting caught on the ramp. He's going to have to get into a better position here with these Hydras. Try not to allow too many of them to go down in the early game. He is picking off these Zealots, however, that is the primary concern here for the Zerg player, or just picking off all these Zealots, making sure this army dies is the most important thing. A DT managed to slip in 3 kills on that already. Just wandered right into the natural here, so a great distraction there by Dewalt. A lot of micro is going down in the 3rd base, a 4th kill, possibly a 5th, maybe even a 6th. He's gonna go for this Hydra, and will get picked off here. 7 kills on that DT, nicely done by Dewalt. Back at home, he's got some Templar added on. He's also dropped a couple more cannons here in the natural, so ready for any counterattack. 4 gates pumping away. We've got +1 armor in the back, so double forge going to be the follow-up here for Dewalt. More of these gateways as well being added on. Meanwhile, Sacsri, he's got a re-drone here going directly into lurker aspect, so droning very heavily right now. You can see the drone count rising pretty quickly here after losing about 7 drones. You do have to take the time to re-drone here. I'm surprised that we're not seeing a move out from Dewalt, although he may be expecting a counterattack after that original assault. There's not really any counterattack coming from Sacsri. He's just continuing to drone up here. You can see getting into that lurker upgrade. You're not really planning on a big attack right now. You're just going to be keeping it defensive, adding on more and more drones, and eventually getting these lurkers out. He's coming out for a 4th base that will be at the mineral only location. Not a lot of defense here in the natural. That kind of bit him in the butt there during that previous attack, but we'll see if the Zealots can get another run by like that previous one. That was actually not a Zealot, sorry, that was a DT that managed to slip in. Do we have any more DTs on the map right now? It doesn't look like it. We've got these 7 Zealots headed out on the map. Another 4 following them up. This is kind of open here. Okay, now some lurkers in the natural. Got some lurkers here at the 3rd base and at the 4th as well. The prospective 4th, as it's coming up, these lurkers should pop out in just a couple of seconds. Timing here is pretty good for Dewalt. He's going to push towards this natural, but the lurkers are about to pop out. And as they pop and burrow, the Zealots will have to retreat here. You just can't really fight this as Dewalt. Yeah, you're going to be able to kill off a few Hydras, but all your Zealots are going to die in pretty quick fashion. Some Zealots are going to run by here, though. This is a big moment for Dewalt. Just run straight into the natural here with the distraction on the ramp over on this side. He's going to send a couple of Zealots up into the main. 4 Zealots are going to stay here and fight in the natural. Try to pick off as many drones as possible. Got a few drones going down in the natural, a few in the main as well. But it looks like, in the end, Sacsri going to clean up. And with more drones than his opponent has probes, this is not too bad of a position here for Sacsri. He's managed to hold off, kill a lot of Zealots, and he's kept his drone count high. With that Lurker tech now, he's going to be feeling very safe. Meanwhile, third base on the way for Dewalt. Snagging that third, excuse me, I keep trying to say fourth. Don't know why. Dragoons out here. Templar as well, and we're going to have a few cannons popping up here on the high ground. This base probably not going to be cracked by Sacsri anytime soon. We've got the Zealot up there. We're going to put some cannons on high ground, and with the committal to this many Lurkers, it's not really an attacking army. It's very, very hard to get an attack going. Instead, he's going for the Queen's Nest, going to morph the hive here very soon, adding on more hatches for sunken colonies as well. Very useful in this situation. A lot of Lurkers on high ground here. He's spreading them out, but he's not quite ready here. He's pulling up some more Lurkers. These Lurkers are brought way too far back. He needs to pull them up, get them a little bit closer. Back here is good. Pretty good storms on quite a few of these Lurkers and Hydras. Got to spread these out quickly and get them in good position to defend. Cutting through here, doing some good storming and getting the Dragoons just in range to deal that damage. Not too many Zealots with this army, but he is starting to crack through here. What does Sacsri have? He's pulling everything away from his third base. He has no defense at any of these other locations. He's just pulling everything he can to fight this army. The Zealot numbers getting very, very low. We're still with quite a few Dragoons here. How many do we have? 8 Dragoons. I mean, starting to get pushed back, though. No more storm available for Dewalt. And this army will be shoved back here. Still has that observer. Only a single observer, though. If that was picked off during that fight, could have held that much, much easier. Sacsri being pushed back here. And he will, in the end, hold on to that 4th base, which is the main part of this story here. Keeping that 4th base alive is essential. With 52 drones, the economy here is going to be ridiculous. Hive is on the way. I believe we have crack as well. I'm not sure if that's been researched just yet, but Sacsri is macroing like an absolute beast. You can see how low his money is right now. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hatches. That is a ton of hatcheries. Can be difficult to macro off of that many. Okay, there's the crack upgrade coming. And a 4th base on the way for Dewalt. So we're going to have to see Sacsri take another base here soon. Will he take this base up here? Will he take this base here? Or will he decide to go for this one right on the left side? Those are his real options at the moment. See what he decides. He's got a few Lurkers here on this location. He's got nothing at this base to defend. Triple evolution chamber in this location. So a high value target if Dewalt was going to attack somewhere. We've also got the Defiler Mound up. The Consume upgrade has started here, so pretty soon this area with the creep colonies and the Lurkers plus Defiler will be near impossible to crack. So this area can be left alone with just this number of Lurkers plus a Defiler with some Lings as backup. You're just never going to break through that. So then we'll have an option here for Sacsri to try and take another base in this location. He's taken that now. He doesn't have the Defiler just yet. And Dewalt is already here, so it's a bit scary. But there's the Defiler now popping out. Looks like he popped it from this one right here. A drop coming in. Uh-oh. Drop coming in at the same time. We've got these Hydras trying to cancel the 4th base. DT in the main. Plus a couple of Zealots going to pick off a bunch of these drones. Being pushed away here with the Hydras. The counterattack not working out for Sacsri. But at least he cleans up these units in the main. Oh, storm drop there. It looks like it only got a few kills. But still good harassment by Dewalt. Keeping Sacsri on his toes. Almost lost all the shields on this Nexus. Very important Nexus here. Needs to add some more cannons to this location because a group of cracklings sent towards this base could absolutely break this. Of course, with the Archon here. 9-kill Archon. It's a pretty darn strong Archon. Sitting there on that high ground. It could be a bit difficult. We've got a Lurker Egg on the ramp. Not too much over in this location. Looks like Sacsri pulled all of these units for that counterattack, so not able to defend that location. Just a few Zealots will be sent, and this base will be taken out. A crackling wave heading down towards this bottom right-hand corner. Ooh, this Archon in the back dealing so much damage behind the Zealot here. Zealot eating so much DPS, and my goodness. +3 already finished on the Archons here, and 29 kill Archon. Damn. What an Archon. Just wrecking those Lings there. Lings coming up to the top right. Looks like the base does fall, but another base going to be taken down here in the center left. It's got Lurkers in that location already with a bunch of cracklings, so just Zealots are not going to be sufficient to break that location. Looks like Dewalt sending his army across the map here. Getting ready to either attack this location or here. Meanwhile, taking a base on the far right-hand side. That's going to be hard to hold if Sacsri has the presence of mind to send some Lings over to this location. There's not really much over here. Alright, now sending up some Templar and Archon. That's going to be sufficient to hold that base. Here we go. Trying to crack through here. Can he actually make it happen? Sacsri with the Dark Swarm on the high ground. Does he have one over in this location as well? It looks like not. No Defiler over here, but Dewalt not going to risk it. Try to push up that ramp. So many Lurkers up here. How many Lurkers do we have? Wow. Is this 12? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we got 12 Lurkers on the high ground. Yikes. It's very hard to break through. Of course, what are the upgrades right now? +2, +1, +3 armor should be on the way here. What's the upgrades for the Hydras? +2, +2. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Of course, we've got +3, +2 for Dewalt, so still ahead a little bit there. We'll be able to two-shot those Lings. But once the +3 carapace is finished, oh, it's just started now. Uh-oh. It's going to be a while before we get that +3 carapace, so Sacsri is still going to be, his Lings are still going to be pretty useless against the Zealot, Mass Zealot, unless they do get plagued or something like that. We have some Lurker support. Lings will just get minced by those Zealots, and of course Archons behind them. So many Archons being made at this point by Dewalt. We are going into a massive late game now. So many cannons over in this location. He is getting prepared to take the bottom left as well. Sacsri needs to secure more bases here. He's on even bases against a Protoss player. Protoss fully maxed out at the moment. Sacsri struggling to max out. This is a vulnerable location here, which could be pushed through in the right circumstances. Instead, looks like Dewalt gonna push towards this base. There's a few too many Lurkers up here, though, I feel. Especially with these ones just spawning right now. Got 3 Lurkers. Oh, actually, we've got 6 Lurkers there, plus these other 5 that are unburrowed. So that's going to be difficult to break through. How many do we have in this location? Only 3, 4 in this area. It's possible to push through there. A plague goes down on these units here, but the problem if you go through here is there's going to be tons of units coming through this ramp and tons coming through this direction as well. Of course, this ramp's not that big of a deal. You can absolutely just storm on there if you manage to get into this location, but Dewalt gonna fall back. He's rotating around here. Trying to snag this base over here, but a giant drop coming towards the upper right, and this is a great idea for Sacsri. He can possibly drop on this base with a ton of Lurkers, secure this location, and once he secures this area, he can drop a drone up here and just snag this base. Get a Defiler up there, maybe even get... Oh, he actually brought a drone in there as well. Nice. So he could possibly get a Nidus network up in this location. If he does, that'll be very, very difficult to break up there. For now, though, he doesn't really have too much. How many lurkers are in this spot here? Only 3. So with only 3 lurkers and 3 more morphing, I think this one's going to die on the ramp. So 2 more morphing. I don't think that Sacsri can hold on here. He needs to load up even more or just surround this army and kill it before it gets up this ramp. Ooh, they're coming up the ramp now. This is a little bit too much. I think Sacsri's not going to be able to hold. He's sending units to other areas of the map. He's going to try to stop this from going down. Absolutely cannot allow that to happen right now. Huge wave of units coming this direction. Going to fight with the Archons here in the front. Big plague there on a ton of Dragoons. Very, very nice plague from Mr. Sacsri. Laying it down on these Dragoons. Going to throw up another Dark Swarm. And looks like Dewalt just going to retreat up this ramp. He's got to get the heck out of here. He's being surrounded and finished off at the moment. He needs to get up the ramp. Can kill all of these overlords, of course, and maybe this hatchery as well. Plus, if he can hold the top of this ramp, maybe he can get a probe over here. Oh, he's got a probe already. You can just throw a Nexus down and put some cannons here. Maybe try to hold on from there. What do we have back at home? Do we have the robotics tech with Reaver? Yeah, we do. We have the Reaver Scarab damage is on the way as well. Wow. So, Dewalt taking this late game very, very seriously here. He wants to be able to fight in the very latest stages. Now, you already one-shot Hydras and Lings with your Scarab damage, but what you really need Scarab damage for is, of course, breaking through lurker areas, and also for killing off massive amounts of Ultra. It appears that it's actually going to break this bottom left. There's just too much over here. Completely overwhelmed. And Dewalt's supply looking kind of low, so looks like... Oh, what do we have over here? Storm Drop. Ooh, big Storm Drop, picking off a lot of workers there. A couple of these Templar do get away in the dropship, and Scourge are just a little bit too slow. Another big drop. Whoa. Tons of drones going down there. Down to just 41 drones for our Zerg player. That was some serious economic damage there. Not too much mining going on for Sacsri at the moment. He's completely mined out in the main, natural, and third. The fourth is still mining. The fifth is healthy on minerals, but there's just not much drones over in that location. Now he's trying to break up into this location. I feel like this is a mistake. Trying to get in here on Dewalt while ignoring this base in the top right is a serious error, I feel. Sacsri needs to get another base up, and he needs to deny this one from Dewalt right now. But instead, he's trying to break through this natural with kind of meager results here. The Templar just spamming out their spells, getting more and more of those storms on these lurkers, just finishing them off. A nice plague there, but there's not many lurkers left over, and Sacsri's running out of money. He's adding on a base here, gonna get this natural, or excuse me, this mineral only. Sacsri going to pick off a few more Templar and try to break his way in here. Trying to get on top of these rallies here from Dewalt, but he's just got so much. He's got so many High Templar. I haven't seen any Reavers just yet, but Dewalt tries to come down this ramp. Now this is a moment where maybe Sacsri can get up there now. Now that there's no Templar with this army, there's just a couple of Archons and a few Dragoons. Big group of Cracklings with some Hydra could potentially break in there. Trying to take this base as well. He is mining here, but this is very vulnerable to a storm drop, and just drop it over on that side. We got a couple of Reavers in this location, none over at the natural. I don't think Sacsri can get through here, I'll be honest. This is very, very tough. He is forcing the Templar to fight right in the front. Oh my god, these two Templar. Are they going to get killed? Okay. They do manage to combine there right at the end as they were getting hit. Huge run forward from Dewalt. Just going to bowl over this Lurker and Ling army. Does get plagued, but plague doesn't really matter to these Archons. They just keep walking forward through all of these enemies, crushing them and rolling up this army. Got this base being taken, barely mining in this location. Some mining going on here from Sacsri. But this has become kind of a wild game. How much more mining do we have for Dewalt? This is, not much on these mineral patches, I think. We've still got mineral patches here at the natural. I think he's a little bit better off than Sacsri. What Sacsri has is just a single additional base over here in the mineral only. That's it. Still hasn't taken this one over here. Is just focusing so hard on trying to crack this area. And now we've got an insane number of Archons. How many Archons? 10 Archons, guys. 10 Archons. He's got 2 shields. Are you kidding me? This is so strong right now. 3-3, of course, but just not going to be enough. Plague does nothing. Of course, the Darkstorm still does a little bit. I'm still deal splash damage there, but oh my gosh, trying to break up into this space? Are you kidding me? This is never going to happen. Double Reaver here. A lot of Darkswarm, though, and maybe he can get it through here. Man, I really didn't think he was going to be able to, but I don't know. Just huge amounts of Darkstorm and run up everything, right-clicking everything up onto the high ground. He manages to make a lot of his stuff move up onto this high ground. He keeps on pushing here. Is he going to break this? I think Dewalt holds on, maybe just barely. All of the Archons are really clumping up here for the Lurkers to just hit them all. Not very many Archons left over, so I guess, like, what did we lose? Like 8 Archons or something? 7 Archons got killed there? That's crazy. This was a really good angle for Sacsri to kill off these Archons, but he's only got a couple Lurkers left. He's trying to break through this area once again. Now finally we actually do have enough mining here. 8 probes in this top, or yeah, 8 probes up in the top right. He's actually mining off that location now. This hatchery is going to get taken out once again. That's so frustrating for Sacsri. We're on same base count. What? Still here. Oh, loses the hatch. Are you kidding me? Got to cancel that. He's so low on money. Still mining here. Sacsri are going to come down, surround these zealots. Got to get rid of those at some point. It's not really fighting here at the natural anymore. Instead, looks like Dewalt gonna send some reinforcements up to the top right. Hasn't really rebuilt anything over here, and these are unpowered cannons actually, so maybe Sacsri could break through here if he tries again. I'm not sure. Looks like this roaming band of Archons would be preventing anything like that from happening. Here we go. 2 Reavers in a shuttle. We'll see what Dewalt can get done with that. Finally getting up here in this top right base. A lapse of defense up there in the top right. And Sacsri will manage to get a few units up on high ground. Lurker's going to burrow here. No Templar with this, so stacked Lurker's going to be very strong. There's the Templar coming up. Need to spread these Lurkers out now, because otherwise 2 storms will kill almost every single one of these Lurkers. Ooh, the kills there on those drones pretty huge. I think he's going to drop back here in the back. We've got some Scourge coming up, but this is a fast shuttle, so you cannot catch this. Of course, if you drop the Reaver, that's the last place it's going to drop to. Okay, he decides to drop it here in the natural. We've got to fight over in this location. Doesn't split up the Lurkers, so unfortunately a bunch of them are going to get picked off by just a couple of storms. Going for another storm there. More Lurkers moving up. More Darkstorm as well. These Lurkers are very, very low. They could be killed easily. Ooh, but this base! Just enough. Oh yeah, you got the Defiler up there with a single Darkstorm able to take that down because there's no splash damage. Oh, that's huge. Sacsri kills that base, and he's taking another base down here. This base came in so clutch for Sacsri this game. He's sending a bunch of units down, or sending a bunch of drones down to the bottom left, but there's not much defending this. This is dangerous. He's gonna basically hope that he can hold on to that area. More drones coming up for Sacsri, but he doesn't have much units left over. Big Plague should be coming down. A lot of Zealots got caught up in that Plague. And a huge push coming through. Does he have enough? I think that he can break through. Not a whole lot of drones here, but GG, Sacsri taps out, and Dewalt takes the game. A beautiful final push here, just barely able to take down Sacsri before he gets another base up and more income to supplement that army. Nicely done by Dewalt. Cracks him. What an excellent game there. Hope you guys enjoyed it. My name is SaiyanSC. I'll see you guys next time.